Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube special edition inside the base Medrash. This is what first Seder looks like here in Bnei Yeshiva. As you can see, the base Medrash is filled to capacity here at 10:08 in the morning. We're going to be finishing the third parak in Masechah Shabbos and be starting the fourth parak. The last Mishnah in Parak Gimel, Mishnah Vav. Ein nosin kli tachas hanir lekavos hashemen. Sometimes you didn't have like a perfect glasses like we have nowadays to hold the oil. They used to drip sometimes the oil, so you don't want to have a clean floor, so you put a kli underneath the makabel shemen. You're not allowed to do that on Shabbos itself because it's called mavata kli mechana. We're going to see it's muksa. The shemen being used while the nair is lit is considered muksa. Because it's muksa machmas iser. If I take from the shemen, I'm extinguishing the candle quicker. So therefore, it's mavata kli mechano. I'm destroying the kli because now I make the kli. The kli is a basis, it's a base to hold the shemen, and you can't make something muksa on Shabbos. V'im nasno mivod yom mutter. However, if you put it before Shabbos, that's also because you're not doing mavata kli mechano on Shabbos. You can't benefit from this shemen because it's muksa. It's not prepared. It's huksa, right? It's specified to be used to be lit. It's muksa ma'amad iser. Tanakam continues. A new candle you're allowed to move on Shabbos, but not one that's been used already. Because it's most, you have those Havdalah candles been used, they don't look too nice. It's considered muksa machmas miyos. This is according to the Tanakh. Rabbi Shimon Omer, he argues on both of the previous things. First of all, he doesn't hold the muksa machmas miyos. Second of all, he holds after the candle extinguishes, I could benefit from the oil. Only when the candle is lit, then I can't move the candle because by moving it, it'll shake the oil. It might lose some oil, and it might cause it to go out earlier. If there's sparks coming out from the fire, you can put something on the floor in order that the floor shouldn't light on fire to makabel the sparks, because sparks are not considered fire, not considered aish, they're considered emo mamish. However, to put a kli with water on there, the sparks go in, that is extinguishing the sparks, and it's a problem on Shabbos. Perek Dalet, Masechah Shabbos, Mishnah Aleph, Met Tomnin Amein Tomnin. Insulation on Shabbos. How to insulate on Shabbos. Most people don't know this halacha, but insulating things on Shabbos. The interesting halacha to know. Basically, the general rule is that on Shabbos itself, I can't insulate at all, even if the insulation is not going to add any additional heat. It's just going to keep whatever's hot. If I want to insulate with something that's mosif hevel, that we'll see there's certain types of things that add heat to it, insulate. You can't even do that even before Shabbos, because the gzeira, you might come to insulate with coals, and you might stoke the coals on Shabbos. So Aleph, met tomlin, what can you insulate with, and what can't you insulate with? So we're going to start with things you can't insulate with even before Shabbos. And tomlin lo begefes, not with olives or the waste product of olives, lo bezevel. Zevel also is from shumshumin, it's from the waste products of sesame. Lo b'melech, not with salt. Lo b'sid, not with plaster. Lo b'chol, not with sand. Bein lachem ben yaveshim, all the above aforementioned, whether they're moist or dry. Lo b'teven, not with straw. Lo b'zagim, not with the peels of grapes. Lo b'muchim, not with cotton. Lo b'asaf, and not with grass while it's wet. Aval tomlin behen kshein yaveshim. However, the aforementioned, the four previous things, when they're dry, you could, because then it's not most of hevel. Tomlin b'ksus with peiros. Again, you could insulate before Shabbos with clothes and with fruits, because those things don't add hevel. B'kanfe yona, with feathers from a bird, of an asora shel charashim, or the sawdust. When orish shel pishtan daka, when they used to comb flax, they used to have waste products from that. You're allowed to do that. Rabbi Yehuda Oser b'dako matzir b'gas. Rabbi Yehuda says no. The thin waste products from the flax, those actually add hevel. You can't use it. The gasa, the thick pieces, then you can. Those are not going to add hevel. That's the conclusion of today's shir. Stay tuned for Iyam Mitzion. We're going to talk about the last Mishnah in Parak Gimel over here about the nature of muksa. Right, it gets into the concept of muksa. A bit fundamental machlokas. In Rav Shimon and Rabbi Yehuda, the Gemara often refers to it as Rabbi Yehuda Islay Muksa, Reb Shimon Leislam Moksar. Reb Shimon makes his opinion very clear in this Mishnah. I'll explain the machlokas, the fundamental machlokas of Reb Yehuda and Reb Shimon, whether there's a concept of Moksar or not on Shabbos, Ian Mitzion coming up next.